I still walk the same streets we used to. The city never asked permission to keep moving. It just does. Taxis hiss past, their tires cutting long silver lines through the water. Delivery bikes slice between pedestrians who hunch under cheap umbrellas from Dwayne Reed. Neon signs from the same bodegas blink the same red and green promises. Open 24 hours. ATM inside. Lottery here. Nothing has changed except the space you used to fill beside me. Tonight, the rain feels personal, like it knows. It started around 8, the kind of slow drizzle that teases before it commits. By 9, it was serious, drumming on awnings, pooling in the dips of uneven sidewalk slabs. I left my apartment on McDougal without a coat, without even checking the forecast. Stupid. Or maybe deliberate. The cold is easier to feel than the ache that's been sitting under my ribs since you left. I keep checking my phone. Stupid habit. The screen lights up with nothing useful. Weather alerts, spam from Seamless, a notification from Spotify recommending playlists titled Sad Indie Girl Autumn. I swipe them away. Then I open our thread anyway. The last message from you is still there, time-stamped 3 weeks and 4 days ago. Needs space. Sorry. 3 words. I've read them so many times the letters have lost shape. They blur into hieroglyphs of cowardice. I type something, anything, then delete it before the autocorrect can finish judging me. The screen goes black again. I shove the phone into my pocket and let the rain take over. So I let the water run down my face instead. Pretend it's just weather, not tears. The line between the two has dissolved anyway. My hair is plastered to my neck in dark ropes. Mascara probably streaking, but there's no one here to see it. No one to tell me I look like a drowned raccoon and mean it fondly. I pass a window display full of mannequins in autumn layers. Chunky knits, corduroy, colors that feel like someone else's season. My reflection ghosts across the glass. Pale, eyes too wide, mouth set in that careful line I've practiced so no one asks if I'm okay. I turn onto West Fourth. The street narrows here. Buildings lean closer like they're listening. A couple under a single large umbrella laughs too loudly at something private. She tucks her face into his shoulder. He kisses the top of her head. I don't look away fast enough. Their happiness lands like a slap made of velvet. I passed that corner where you first held my hand. It was late October then, too. Different year, different president, same rain. We'd just left the Comedy Cellar after a set that wasn't as funny as we pretended. You reached for my fingers while we waited at the crosswalk. Your palm was warm, calloused from guitar strings you never played anymore. I remember thinking, this is how it starts. Not fireworks, just a hand, fitting. We walked all the way to Washington Square that night. The arch glowed under sodium lamps. You stopped under it and kissed me like we had invented kissing. I believed we had. Didn't stop tonight, just kept moving. Because stopping would mean admitting you're really gone. The arch is still there, of course. Stone doesn't care about breakups. I skirt the edge of the park instead of cutting through. The fountain is off for the season. The benches are slick and empty. A lone busker under the arch plays something slow on acoustic guitar. Maybe Hallelujah, maybe something sadder. The chords drift after me like smoke. I cross Waverly, then turn up 6th Avenue. The rain has graduated to sheets now. Cars throw water in arcs whenever they hit a pothole. I step into the gutter once on purpose, let it soak my sneakers until they squelch. The cold climbs my calves like vines. Good.
physical pain is honest. It doesn't ghost you after 3 years of Sunday mornings and shared Netflix passwords. I think about the apartment, our apartment, until it wasn't. You left most of your things, books with cracked spines, that green ceramic mug you always used for coffee, the hoodie that still smelled of your shampoo when I buried my face in it last week. I haven't moved any of it, not because I'm waiting, because moving it would make the absence official. 3 years is long enough to build habits that feel like bones. You always took the left side of the bed. I always left the hallway light on when you worked late. We argued about thermostat settings, about whose turn it was to buy oat milk, about whether Radiohead was overrated. You said yes, I said you were wrong, and kissed you to shut you up. We made plans that felt permanent. A trip to Montreal next spring, maybe a dog when we had a yard, maybe marriage when we stopped being afraid of the word. You never said you were afraid, you just left. I reach 8th Street. A group of NYU kids spills out of a bar, laughing, coats open, invincible. One girl in a cropped leather jacket catches my eye. She's drunk happy, arms around her friends, shouting something about midterms being over. I remember being that girl. Not the drinking, though there was plenty, but the certainty that the city belonged to me, that heartbreak was something that happened to other people, in songs I could skip. I turn east toward Broadway, past the shuttered storefronts and the 24-hour diner that still smells of grease and nostalgia at 1 a.m. A man in a delivery vest pedals by on an electric bike, insulated bags glowing orange. He nods once, automatic politeness. I nod back. Small human contact, enough to remind me I am still visible. The rain drums harder now, impatient. I duck under the scaffolding on University Place. Water cascades off the edge like a curtain. I stand just inside it, dry for the first time in blocks. My breath clouds. I pull out my phone again. No new messages. I scroll up instead, further back, to last summer. You. Meet me at the pier after work. Sunset's supposed to be insane. Me. Only if you bring the good snacks. You. Deal. Love you. I stare at those 2 words until they sting. Love you. Present tense. I almost believe it was true then. Maybe it was. Maybe love isn't a lie just because it ends. I step back into the downpour. My sneakers are ruined, socks heavy, cold. I don't care. The discomfort anchors me. Without it, I might float away entirely. I think about calling my sister. She's in Chicago now, married, 2 cats, a mortgage. She'd listen, she'd say the right things. You deserve better. Time heals. Block his number. She'd mean it, but saying it out loud would make it real in a way silence hasn't yet. So I don't call. Instead, I walk faster, past the Strand, windows dark, past Forbidden Planet, comic book heroes indifferent behind glass, past a church whose doors are locked tight against the night. I reach Astor Place. The cube is still there, still spinning when people push it. No one's pushing tonight. It sits motionless, wet and black. I touch it anyway, metal cold under my palm. I give it a half-hearted shove. It turns once, reluctantly, then stops. Like everything else. I keep going, up Lafayette now. The rain has found its rhythm, steady and merciless. My teeth chatter. I wrap my arms around myself, but it doesn't help. Memories arrive uninvited. The night we fought about nothing and everything. You slept on the couch. I cried into my pillow so quietly I thought you wouldn't hear. You did. You came back at 3 a.m., crawled under the covers, pulled me against your chest. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I'm an idiot." We didn't fix anything that night, we just held on. The morning you made pancakes and burnt them, we ate them anyway, laughing at the smoke alarm. You smeared batter on my nose, I smeared it back. We ended up on the kitchen floor, kissing like teenagers. The afternoon you said, "I think we should talk." Your voice was too calm. I knew before you finished the sentence. And then you were gone. Not dramatically, no slammed doors, just a duffel bag, a quiet, "I'll come back for the rest later," and silence that swallowed the apartment whole. I pass a flower stand, closed for the night. Buckets of roses droop under plastic wrap, petals bruised by rain. I stop, reach out, touch one red bloom through the wrapping. It's softer than I expected.
I used to buy you flowers on random Tuesdays. You'd act surprised every time, even when it wasn't a surprise. "You're ridiculous," you'd say, smiling. "I love it." I let my hand drop. Further up near 4th Avenue, a bar spills music and yellow light onto the sidewalk. Jazz piano, slow and mournful. I stand outside for a minute, letting the sound wrap around me. A woman in a red coat steps out, wet, shivering, alone, and offers a small, sad smile. The kind that says, "I see you. I've been there." I nod once. She nods back. Then she walks away, smoke trailing. I keep walking, too. The city is quieter up here, fewer people, more shadows. I reach Union Square. The farmer's market is long gone, only metal frames and trash bags remain. The statue of Gandhi looks peaceful in the rain, bronze shoulders glistening. I sit on the steps of the pavilion, ignoring how wet they are. My coat is soaked through anyway. I pull my knees up, rest my forehead against them. Some people leave quieter than the rain, and somehow that hurts the most. Because the rain announces itself. It taps on windows, floods gutters, makes itself impossible to ignore. You didn't. You slipped away like fog burning off in the morning. One day present, the next day not. No explanation that made sense, just space. As if space was a place you could go and come back from unchanged. I lift my head, look at the empty square. A single taxi cruises by, lights off, looking for a fare. It doesn't stop. I think about tomorrow. Work, emails, pretending I'm fine. Smiling at coworkers who ask how my weekend was, saying good, quiet, and meaning the opposite. I think about next month. Holidays, lights on trees, couples holding mittened hands. I'll buy myself a small tree, maybe. Put it in the corner where yours used to stand, decorated alone. I think about next year. Maybe I'll be better. Maybe I'll laugh without it feeling like glass in my throat. Maybe someone new will sit across from me at the diner on Bleecker and make me forget how your laugh sounded. Maybe not. The rain slows, not stops, just gentles. A drizzle now, almost apologetic. I stand, legs stiff, body heavy. I start walking again, back downtown, toward home, toward the apartment that still smells faintly of your cologne if I stand in the closet long enough. I don't know if I'll delete the thread tonight. Probably not. Probably I'll open it again tomorrow, read the same 3 words, feel the same stab. But I keep walking, because stopping would mean admitting you're really gone, and I'm not ready for quiet that loud yet. The city keeps moving around me. Sirens in the distance, a dog barks behind a gate. Someone's window glows blue from a television. Life continues, stubborn and loud. I turn onto Bleecker, my street, my block. The rain has almost stopped. Only mist remains, soft against my skin. I reach my building, key in the lock, door creaks open. Inside, the hallway light is still on. I never turned it off. I step in, close the door behind me. The silence is loud, but tonight, for the first time in weeks, it doesn't feel like drowning. It feels like breathing.